You know, running a bandsaw sawmill is it's a lot of fun, but and it doesn't take that long really to saw up a log and get some lumber. Tell you what does take a little time is making sure you got all the prep right. I'm gonna try to get out that big log. Needs some material to make shelving in the shop. So this big log that I got my eye on, it's going to be a booger. But anyway, let's get busy. What I'm going to try to do here, I've got a big pine down here in front. Still, I've thought about milling some 1x10s and 1x12s, but 1x10s and 1x12s are bad to want to cut, and so I'm more inclined maybe to make 1x6s. Because I think my shelves are only going to be 12 inches deep, so I may just do 1x6s and use 2 1x6s. I thought I could get 2 there, but it didn't work. Good to go to get that big one. And I'm going to tell you, it is a big one. In fact, as I remember it, it was all this little new one I wanted. And so I can get it up so I can roll it back. Right there. Now, I believe we got it. It's been my experience that milling a log and I'm pretty good. Oh, 1, 2 and a half. Yeah, I'm not change this blade. There's a tooth or two out of set for it to be making that many lines. I'll give it one more shot. I don't like the way it's cutting. I'm thinking, because it's not really, not dipping and diving, it's just got these pretty harsh marks in it. That I think that is evident, I don't know, but I think that is evident of a tooth or two that is out of set. Anyway, as big as this log is, I'm going to pause sawing and change the blade. I'm just thinking this is going to be the best thing to do, because a log this big, I don't, it's too pretty. Too pretty to mess up. I don't want to mess it up. I'm glad Woodland Mills threw these leather gloves in here, because I don't own any leather gloves. I only wear those cloth gloves, and I can let me show you something. Could be wrong about this. See that tooth right there? Right there. See how shiny it is? I don't know if that picks it up or not. And then this one here, it's got a little shine right on the tooth, end tooth. That's telling me that that tooth is set a little high compared to the rest of the teeth. And I think that's my issue. The blade's not dull, I don't think. think it's just got a couple of teeth that are, now this is my opinion, okay? That and $1.59. You can go down to McDonald's and get you a cup of coffee, I guess. I don't know, I don't drink much coffee. Anyway, I'm gonna get a new blade. But there is a guy that makes videos, sawmill videos down in Alabama. His channel is called Hobby Hardwood. He is an expert at folding these things, and so if you'll go to his channel, he does a little deal like this of folding these. Gives them a little shake, puts a little tape on them, and there you go. Now I got these blades from a fella down in Georgia. I don't remember. I mean, I could look it up. The name of his company. Alrighty. This bad boy. And I believe we are about ready to make some more sawdust. Something ain't right. I don't know what it is, but I got to do a little investigating. I don't know what's going on, but this saw ain't never shimmied like that. Maybe I'll learn something right here. So I started into this log, and the saw head was shimmying, and I've seen some of the people write about that, question about that, and so I'm doing a little investigating to see if I can answer the question, at least for myself. The blade alignments look good, so that's not it. I got a little build up here on this clutch wheel. I'm gonna clean that wheel. That's the first thing I'm gonna do. All right, let me do that. So I've cleaned that off. Now I'm gonna clean this drive belt off here a little bit. Now I don't know what it is, but something is causing shimmy. The belt's got a little bit of edge wear on it. As I've come around the belt cleaning it off, you see that joint right there in that belt? And that rubs over this clutch wheel. This is clutch wheel here. Runs over the idler here. That much irregularity may be causing the shimmy. I don't know. I'm gonna finish cleaning the belt. I've got that belt cleaned. Now I'm gonna clean this belt over here. Okay, so I've got the follower belt cleaned off. I just took this little steel wood brush here. Now it's showing some wear, so I'm not saying this is going to solve my issues, because it may be that I need to replace these belts. But I've got her tension back up. I've got those cleaned. Those are good. I don't see anything else in here that could be the problem with my vibration, unless the belts just need changing. And they're not, I mean, they're showing some wear, no question about that. I don't know. I'm gonna crank her back up. Sit down over here in the shade a second, because this is like on the forums, a pretty constant question mark, and I had never encountered saw head shimmy before, but when I stuck that new blade into that saw, into that log right there, buddy, I had some shimmy. So here's what I did. Fortunately, I was not too far into the log, and I was able to back it out of the log. Opened up, looked inside. I cleaned the belts off, took a little wire brush and cleaned the belts off. The belts are wore, but they're not really ready to be changed, but I cleaned the belts off. I cleaned the idler wheel off. Put a little lubricant, my spindle lube on there, wiped that off, cleaned that off good. Got the belts cleaned. I did, before I went back into the log, I did take a little bit of tension off of it. So I may have had the blade tension too much. I don't know. But well, you saw that last cut I made. The shimmy was gone, and it went through it like butter. So I don't know. That's what I did. The shimmy stopped. That's all I can tell you. I don't know. I mean, pretty doggone good, I don't think. I don't know. Oh. It's hard to say because this log, you know, obviously it had been in a fire and it got hard and hot. You can see it's starting to blue. That doesn't bother me. I mean, that's beautiful. I don't know. Let's flip it over and see what we got. I'm gonna tell you guys that well, I don't have to tell you, you can see it. That's kind of smooth right there. Me a 2x, I think it's actually 1.5 inches, but I'll make a couple 2x4s out of this. I just wanted to see what and that cut. Yeah, I might get 1 2x4 out of that. I ain't gonna get much, I'll tell you that. As you guys up in Jersey or the Bronx would say, well, anyways, or something like that. I don't know. Y'all don't talk funny, but we do here in the South, don't we? Hey, I thank God for all of us, all the ways we talk. Amen. Can I get an amen on that? That's pretty stuff right there now. I like that. Now, We just need to flip it. Piece of cake. There we go. Now, for those of you who hung with me this far in this video, I realize it's a long video, but I want to thank you. And I'm not going to apologize for its length, because actually we covered some pretty important things. If you own a Woodland Mills bandsaw mill, or any kind of bandsaw mill, or if you're thinking about getting one, I think we covered some things that are important. You know, we covered we sort of touched on the blade change anyway, and that's an important one. The other one that I think was really important that we talked about, or that I experienced today, and like I said, that was the first time I ever had that kind of shimmy. I've seen people question about it and write about it in forums, and a lot of opinions as to what causes this or the other. My takeaway from today's experience, there was 4 things really that could have caused a shimmy. Definitely one of those 4. Because after I corrected them, I didn't have it. It cut smooth as butter, just like it's always cut for me. One was, I took that little wire brush and I cleaned the belts off. Maybe perhaps the buildup on the belts was causing it. I don't know. The second thing, I cleaned that idler wheel. It had a little bit of buildup, a little bit of pitch buildup on it. That may have been it. I don't know. A third thing, and this is sort of my gut feeling, what was causing the shimmy. I don't know, it may have been a combination platter. But I loosened the tension on that blade just a touch. And I may have had it too tight, and that may have been the culprit. And one other thing, I didn't show it in the video. You know those little wire things that clean the rollers that guide on your rail? One of those had tilted down too far, and the galvanized wire had become frayed, and some little bitty frays of that wire was in under one of the rollers. And that may have been, in all of the other things, that may have been the thing that was causing the shimmy, just because it was getting out of balance. And as that roller had that wire between the roller and the rail, that may have been the main culprit. I don't know. The last thing, not the last thing, but something that was covered in this video was handling a big log. That was a big log. And if you got a skid steer or something like that, you know, you just handle it and be careful as you lay it on the bed, is what I try to do. But if you're handling it by hand, you may need to call Bubba, because I'm going to tell you, that sucker was heavy. But once I got the top cant, the bottom cant off, it was very manageable with a little bit of elbow grease. But anyway, thank you for hanging with me. And you know, you may have come to this channel, you may have watched this video as a stranger, but I hope today you're leaving as a friend. And You know, like I say oftentimes, I won't see you in the next one, but hopefully you'll see me.